Hello and welcome to the Battle for Wesnoth, a tactical turn-based strategy game that offers a lot of content. Now, the campaign section gives you access to a huge number of campaigns, some that the original developers have created, as well as some campaigns created by fans of the game, such as this Bad Moon Rising Parts 1, 2, and 3. These are fan-made stories that are quite entertaining to play, whereas The Heir to the Throne, A Tale of Two Brothers, and Orcish Incursion, these campaigns are from the original game development. Now, the add-ons menu, this will load the database for all of the add-ons, which will allow you to actually view all of the different add-ons that you can download from this menu and install with very little issues. So you can just see through how many there are. Now if I set campaign, then you can see there are a lot of campaigns. I can scroll for quite a while with campaign after campaign, and if I find one that I seem to like, such as maybe the Desert Prince would be fun, I can click on it, push OK, and there we go. Now we have it. So it has a dependency. Okay, thank you for letting me know there's a dependency. Sure, if I want to play it, I guess I have to download that. Which is an MP era, basically means new troops that have been created by different people, so they're not just the basic troops that come with the game, basically new AI. Okay, so that's downloaded, and Wesnoth is just going to reload itself. Which will just take a moment. And if I go to the campaigns, then I should have this new campaign somewhere in here. Let's see, there we go, the Desert Prince. There it is. 6 battle scenarios at the novice level. So, easy enough to get. And of course there are hundreds of campaigns with more than thousands of levels, just huge amount of content. However, I'm just going to load up a different one. I think that I will pick one down here. I'm gonna just pick the second level of the main campaign, Blackwater Port, which I believe I played a long time ago, at least for this save. There's probably a more recent one somewhere up there. But these are the autosaves. Now, when I said it was a tactical turn-based strategy, I mean this in the idea that there are hexagons that you kind of live by. And here's a little map telling us just campaign, where we were, where we're going. And this is the story. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to read through all of this. I'm just going to casually skip through it. Because, one, I don't want to spoil the story too much. The game is 100% free and I believe open source, so there's no paywall to actually read the story. You can just go download it yourself. There's a link in the description of this video to, of course, the main web page of this, where you can go and download it. Or of course you can, if you're really curious, just pause the video over these, because I'm waiting about a second since I've already read this a couple times, but you can pause it and read them if you're really that curious. But I do recommend that you just go get the game, try it out. It's really fun. So now that these characters are done speaking, we can see Blackwater Port, name of the mission. How do we get victory? Resist until the end of the turns. 12 turns left. So how do we lose? Conrad dies, which is this warrior guy down here. Delphador dies, which is this mage. Or Sir Kalen dies, who is that horseman that we saw further up. If any of them die, then we lose. Gold carryover, no early finish bonus. That's actually false. I do get an early finish bonus. 40% of the gold carried over to the next scenario, which means 40% of unused currency I get for the next mission. And I have 167 gold right now. So, first thing I want to do, start capturing these villages. Now, these villages give me income. As you can see, each time I capture one, I get one more income. And this is upkeep. Now, you're going to see upkeep in a second when I start spawning troops. So I'm just using the hotkey Alt-R to recruit an old recall, I should say. That's the official command. recall a troop from last mission, which is this shaman. Now, Control R allows me to get new recruits, train new units. Of course, you don't have to use the hotkeys. You can right click on your hero guy inside the encampment, and you can click recruit and then start picking them, or even then you can go over to actions and click recruit. However, I find the hotkey to be incredibly time-saving. Now, you can't recruit or recall units and move them in the same turn. You have to give them a turn to calm down. Now, your hero guy, you can move him if you want. However, you cannot recruit unless he's standing on the encampment. If he's not there, you can't hire more people. So let's end the turn. Now, the main enemy is this orc over in that keep. This guy. He's the main enemy and we want to kill him. That way we can win the mission earlier than 12 turns and get a little bit of a bonus. So, just going to keep my people moving. I'm going to move my hero back so we can hire a few more guys. And I'm going to start advancing. Now, these numbers that you see I'll talk about here in a moment, such as 40%, there's 40%, now there's 70, 50. Those are combat bonuses. Basically, the higher the percent, the better off you are. So with 55 gold, I can probably get one more horseman, and I suppose another archer, and I think this is all I'm going to need for this mission, which means all the gold I get from these villages should do well. Okay, let's end the turn. Now, if you have an army that's too big for your gold upkeep, such as if you have more upkeep than you do income, then you will actually lose gold, and if you run out of gold, bad things happen. To keep it short. So, keep capturing these, make sure my upkeep is nice and good. Currently, my upkeep's 8, which means I'm losing 2 gold per turn, so I need to capture a couple more places to be fully safe, and I'll use him to capture that one and keep moving my troops forward. Now, elves specialize with forests, meaning that in the forest they get the most combat stats. Now, I'm mousing over the enemies. As you can see where it fades out into the lines, that's the black area. Now, the area that remains clear is where this unit can move. So if we look at this warg rider right here, as I mouse over him, he can actually attack my horseman. But I don't want him to have the jump on my horseman. So if I move the guy back there, he can still attack him. One more. Apparently still get him. There, now the horseman's safe from an initial attack, which means I get the charge attack, which gives me bonus damage, which is something that I am interested in. So keep moving these guys forward. Move the horseman forward, make sure he's not in range of the enemy, because like I said, I want that first attack, just because it gives you a little bit of a bonus. Well, not necessarily a bonus, but you get to choose the encounter terms, such as if you get forest and they don't, you get bonuses to your combat stats, which make you survive better or deal more damage. Both, kind of. So the ally, Sir Kalen, is just sending his 3 horsemen into a direct charge. Now, he's gonna die, but I'll help him out, so he'll be fine. Now I guess I will attack. Now I tell my unit to move right next to him and attack, as you would expect with a hex game, or a game that uses turn-based and hexagons. So, here's just kind of the attack profile. You can see I do 20 damage 2 times. That's what those numbers mean. 20 damage 2 times. 2 attacks. He does 10 damage 3 attacks, meaning he can deal 30 damage in total. I can deal 40 damage in total. However, he's got a 60% chance to hit, where I've only got 50%. Now you can look at damage calculations if you really want. See, there's the charge bonus, but it doesn't... It only helps you if you're really, really into, you know, that if you're going to lose the game or not, then it kind of matters, but you can just see some of the expected results, attack, and everything. But most of the time you won't need to worry about it, you'll just need to know these basic percents. So, we'll say okay. We get one attack, and he manages to hit all three where we only hit one, so we're actually, if we don't kill him with our second cavalry, then he's going to probably kill us next turn. And we managed to miss all of our attacks again. So, probably gonna lose this guy, Haldeal, but we'll manage to cope. Now I'm gonna charge the archer, and it is good to pit enemy units that counter the enemy, such as the archer does 6 damage 2 times, I deal 18 damage 2 times. So because of that, I am very anti-archer. As you can see, I just killed him in one go. As for these swordsmen here, if you mouse over them you can see their attacks without having to attack them first. He does 9 damage twice with a melee sword. He only has one weapon though, which means if I grab my archer here and I move onto this forest tile and I tell the archer to attack, you can see I deal 6 damage 4 times and he does not have a ranged weapon, which means I can do free damage without retaliation. Since he just doesn't have any range to attack back, I can attack him for free, which I'm going to be taking advantage of. So that horseman will move over there, I'll capture that, and then bring those people into battle, of course. I believe that's all of my troops, so I'll end the turn. So with me and my ally, we're killing a few of the orcs. Like I said, I just lost Haldeal, one of my horsemen. Now the game is running faster than it normally runs. If you download the game and play it, you'll notice that. I've set the game speed, I believe, to 2 times faster, just because when you're playing it a lot, you get tired of the animations going so slow, so you just want to speed it up a little. So that's why my game runs faster than you might see if you were to download and play it. Of course, that's easily changed in the options menu. So I can either lose to this guy or I can kill him. I'm not sure which one I'm willing to risk. I kind of want to fight. At the same time, I don't want to fight. Oh, I can send my archer here for free damage. We'll see how much we do with the archer. 2 attacks. We just need to hit him once. And luck is on our side. We managed to hit him. Okay. So I'm going to move the shaman down here because the shaman has +4 heal, which means all units in adjacent hexes will heal 4 at the start of my next turn. So this horseman will get a little more health, which will be helpful. So there's a troll whelp. We'll go into the forest and attack him, with of course the free damage from our bow, since he has no ranged attack. Now, the elven fighters, the elvish fighters, also have a ranged attack, as it turns out. Most melee units don't, but the elves do. They get that little bit of a bonus, and it's quite powerful in helping them. Now, I'm going to move him on the mountains. He already used his turn, so did he. Okay. End turn. Kaelan's horsemen are moving forward. Okay, this is actually a good sign, what the AI just did there. Now, if you notice that little crown on the AI, like you can see it with this, my unit as well. He has a little crown. That means basically he's your king. And because their king unit, the unit that has to be on the encampment to spawn units, just left, if I send a unit and put him on this keep, this encampment, he has to kill the unit. He cannot spawn any more units. So every unit on the battlefield is all he gets if I can lock him out. However, I can't move anyone there this turn, so I can't lock him out just yet. However, what I can do is move some of my units. I'm going to keep the shaman there to heal him next turn as well. And I can start attacking this guy. Now, he's only got a melee attack, so if I can kill him, then that will be very good for me. So let's just charge him with everything we have. 2 attacks, 28 damage. He's on 18 health. I can't attack him with this unit, so I'm just going to attack the archer. 1 attack went through. Start running my other horseman down, and Delphador. Now Delphador cannot die, so I have to be careful about him, although he is powerful. 14 damage 4 times on his lightning is an insanely powerful attack. So he should be able to hold his own just fine. Now I can attack again with this guy, and if I get lucky I'll be able to kill him. However, I don't think I will get that lucky. Yeah, he's sitting at 6 health. Just barely survived. Okay, next turn I should be able to beat this. Now there are a couple other rules, just advanced combat, is if you keep people on these villages they will heal at the start of the turn if they remain idle on the village. So you can heal your units that way, as well as the shaman, which is more of a combat healing. But there are multiple ways of doing it, and he's almost dead, so I'm actually going to not use that attack just in case I need it. Let's see if we can kill their king. There we go. Now, even though it said wait 12 turns, if you kill the king in this mission, you finish the game early, basically the mission. So thank you for your help, friends. Your ship will be here, and this is just the story. And we can leave now. So as you can see, we have victory. Remaining gold 47. Early finish bonus is 19 gold per turn. We get 95. Our total gold was 142 with 40% carryover. So we have 57 bonus gold next mission. So we get our minimum amount that we start with plus 57. So that will allow us to buy a couple troops early on without needing to capture so many of these little villages. But as you can see, that is the battle for Wesnoth. Quite a fun game. Now, like I said, you have lots of those missions. That was the second mission to Heir to the Throne. 1 mission out of 23. Some scenarios have less, such as A Tale of Two Brothers only has 4. Southgard has 9, and they're also of different difficulties. This one's of novice level. This one is of intermediate level. And there's some down here of expert level. So of course they get increasingly challenging as you go down. And then there are the player-made mods, missions, that don't really tell you how hard they are. But this one says, as a little note, quick campaign, no recruiting. I'm probably given all of the units I'll get for the mission, and I just play it out from there. This one, however, doesn't tell me that, so I'm not quite sure what to expect from these. I'll have to play through them sometime to learn. This is another one from the campaign, and like I said, you can edit the AI as well as the maps and the storyline for these campaigns for people who do create them, meaning you'll find some very unique AIs, such as when you kill a unit, you evolve into a larger unit, and you can kind of scale from there, or when you die, you split into 2 small units. And of course, there are a lot of neat campaigns with weird mechanics like that. But I do recommend anyone who likes the playstyle that I just showed for the Battle for Wesnoth, the turn-based tactical game. Of course, that was a rather easy mission. There are much harder ones, and many different enemies than just orcs to deal with. Now, if I have managed to pique your interest with this game, there is a link in the description to the main website where you can download the game and play it, or you can check out the whole community based around it where all these different stories and campaigns get created. Check out the forums, the wiki, etc. Anyway, I'll have a link to that. And just as I mentioned before, this game is completely free and I believe open source. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. So yeah, you can just go to the website, download it, play it, see if you like it or if you don't. But if you like turn-based games, then you probably will enjoy this. So, I thank you all for watching. This is PTT GRW, signing out.